Let's talk about a trading idea, and no, this is not financial advice. As always, do your own due diligence. I cannot pull the trigger for you either when it comes to buying a stock or selling a stock. I can, however, give you some ideas. And today we had the inflation print in the US coming out, and it came out quite a bit higher than expected, although you can always have also a more positive take on that. Maybe this is the peak, who knows. Stock markets reacted quite okay so far, and I think the reaction is more important than the actual data, which is backward looking. Stock market is forward looking, but who knows? I mean, the fact is still that in the US, inflation keeps on ramping, and the monetary policy is coming incredibly tighter and tighter. While the bond markets have been doing a lot of the work, it seems that's getting more and more likely that the Fed is going to follow in hiking more interest rates. While on the opposite, we have China, who has not an inflation problem, and China is also easing their monetary policy because they need to get the economy up and going, right? So this is a trend which is very likely to persist a little bit further, and so that provides an opportunity and possibly a really big trend that is not that easy to fight. So here are two ideas that actually also I was lucky to pick earlier on. So I had a trade signal here in our patron community, and that was a week ago, basically starting to say that I'm trying to, getting into this company, actually not as a long-term investment. I wish I would have invested in NetEase, in this company, ticker symbol NTES. Years ago. I didn't do it, but this is more a tactical trade. So I have one portfolio in which I'm, trying to do more short-term trades, and in that one I was seeing kind of this triangle build up here, and seeing that NetEase was kind of at the support zone here. And generally I liked the company since a while ago, and so I kind of let the patron community know that I am buying shares here. And well, I'm not picking this now in order to say like, look, I told you so, that was a great pick, because of course, and I will also cover that one later on, trying to time the markets is quite impossible, and of course I have lots of bad picks as well. But anyways, nonetheless, I think this company might be interesting, because that's what I have here in the background. It's actually a gaming company and kind of a conglomerate, if you will, roughly a 50 billion market cap in China, and in a way, it's one of the larger caps and technology companies active in various different segments. But maybe most known for gaming and education. And as you may have known or heard about that in the last couple of months, of course, gaming and education weren't the sectors to be active in. But if you are looking at how the stock has been trading, let's see where I have it. It is actually doing quite well. Even despite all of the crackdowns, this company has only been down, how much is it? 32% from peak, and that is by a measure for Chinese companies not a lot, right? But if you go to the longer chart out, this company has been doing phenomenally well. So if you've invested in here quite early, and that's possibly one of the lesser known Chinese stocks, it's up more than 4,000%. So that's a great company in general, and I would think hopefully it's not the end of this great story. And basically I thought tentatively it's a good way to start to get some exposure in this company, because we also have some news actually for gaming, and well, not a lot of people are actually talking about this, but I tweeted it out today, that let me find the tweet. We have so much coverage on the crackdowns, like this one headline about Alibaba being fined $70,000. What's this? It's nothing, but losing 20 billion in market cap based on this news. Meanwhile, there's no news about this, right? That the gaming sector is getting more approvals again. So what you can see here, the blue bar the blue bars are actually the number of licenses granted by the regulators, and you've seen this white piece here in which the time in which that no one was actually handing out licenses to those gaming companies. But we had that actually also in the past, 2018, and I remember that as a Tencent shareholder and investor. And now it seems to picking up again, although to be fair, like in July, these licenses granted are both not for Tencent and NetEase, but more general for other gaming companies. And I just do see this as a positive signal there for the sector in general, because it's been beaten down a lot. Other companies in the sector as well, like Bilibili, Huya, Douyi, as well as Xunlei, which is benefiting from that with the cloud services that they're offering to these companies. And so, might be, with those fundamentals an attractive, kind of rebound, trade here. I don't know, maybe the upside here is, I think, around 10 to 20% in this current move, if provided everything's gonna go well. And that's kind of, my bet here. And just want to put it out there. If you want to know more about that one, maybe I'll do some videos later on the channel here. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in NetEase and if I should cover them more. Another company that I've been picking recently is Ctrip, Trip.com. And the reason is I'm using this platform every time that I'm in China. It's a really good travel platform. And of course, travel is not a good topic right now, again, because of all of the COVID lockdowns and the COVID zero policy. But on the contrary, it's a reopening play, right? So in case that China is reducing the measures, and they have done so in the recent past, they have actually reduced the quarantine time. They have reduced several measures on travel restrictions based on domestic travel. And so on the last news that we got here, actually Trip, I think it was spiking around 17% in one day. And today we also have kind of a breakthrough down on this downtrend line here with 6% up here. Let me look at the volume. Should be higher than usual. No, it's actually not that good volume. Okay, just half the volume of an average trading day. The same here with NetEase, although they have some nice spikes today. Usually you don't want to buy them on such a green day, right? So expect that they could actually come down in the next couple of days and retest the support zones there. And in general, I'm just trying to create some awareness here. I think both of those companies might be interesting picks also because they are kind of larger caps, and both are listed also in Hong Kong. So both with Trip.com as well as NetEase, you can also buy the Hong Kong shares directly, which of course the ADRs, if you buy them, they're also fungible if you have a broker that can trade them. So in the event of a possible delisting, you can just convert the shares to Hong Kong stock as well. But anyways, that the fact that they have a Hong Kong listing gives them a little bit of some less exposure to the delisting fear there, I would say. So in my point of view, interesting companies, both in my views also solid businesses. Regarding the upside, maybe Trip.com would have the better upside from here. That would be just my rough estimations here, because of course all of the COVID restrictions, while NetEase, I've shown the graph, it's been doing well quite over the last couple of years, but also I would personally pick NetEase today over a Tencent if I were new to picking a Chinese company there and getting some exposure here for the Chinese market, which might be a hedge to the US equities, which may get some trouble still from the rate hiking fear. So yeah, that's about those two companies, but I also mentioned, you know, that not everything's great that I'm picking, obviously. And so unfortunately today I got caught up here in Unity, so a US name, and please forgive my messy charting here as well, but it's down minus 18% on downwards guidance on forward-looking, as well as they're buying a company using shares, thereby diluting current shareholders. And maybe that's also a lesson for you, because you shouldn't invest in companies that you don't really know thoroughly. I made a mistake here. Luckily, it's not in my long exposure account, it's more in my trading account, so I can kind of cope with that. But I wasn't aware that this deal would be announced today, so it caught me by surprise. And yes, if you ask me, I'm averaging down here and think that it could actually rebound possibly. I like Unity software because, you know, I've been speaking to some insiders in this industry. And I like that it's a software business and that it can possibly scale well. And in the past, it's been a quite expensive business if you measure it by price to sales ratio. And so, yeah, I'm possibly going to stick to that. But the lesson here is that, you know, if you don't really know what you're investing in, and that's why I'm saying don't follow me blindly here. I'm just a YouTuber. Don't follow me blindly into my trades. You need conviction in order to stay invested in stocks or being able to average down. And also you need to understand what you're owning. And in that case, I made the mistake that I didn't fully understand what I'm owning. Luckily, it's been, as I said, more of a trading position. But yeah, anyways, that's just to show you that not every trade that I make or every pick is perfect. So that's for now. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, let me know in the comments what you think about these picks and whether or not you want more coverage of that here on the channel. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.